These are the most fundamental of intervals, our half step and our whole step, and that is because we're going to think of them in a very specific way on the violin. I specifically think of a half step as the width of a finger. This is obviously going to vary quite a bit depending on where you are on the instrument, depending on how big your finger is, but it's a nice general way of feeling it out. A half step is roughly the distance or the width of a fingertip. So that means if you have one finger down, in this case, we will keep the same notes that we've been using on the piano. We'll start with a C natural, which is going to be our second finger on the A string, a nice low 2. If we wanted to play a half step above that, we would place our third finger right next to it. And the simple width of the third finger would account for the distance we would need to create a half step. If we wanted to instead place our third finger a whole step above that, we would imagine almost as if there's a finger in between them, or at least the distance of a finger. And that's where we would place our third finger. So this concept of half steps and whole steps is going to be very, very critical in creating good hand shape throughout your journey in violin playing. So a whole step in violin playing will always feel like any two fingers that is simply spaced by about a finger width. A half step will always feel like any two fingers roughly just touching and being really close together.